Hi, first tutorial. I'm going to start with opaques. These are the Let's Resin opaques you've seen probably in the Let's Resin groups or other groups that I'm in. The results for those. First of all, thank you, so many subscribers already, and I'm just apologising that it's taken a while to get this tutorial ball rolling. Obviously it's been a little bit hectic my side with orders and just making sure I've got equipment. I could do better, but for now I'm just going to show you exactly what I do. We're going to be using the HXDZFX resin. I get good results with this today. I have used the Let's Resin and that's a 1-1 mix, and that's really good as well. But I don't go by the proper mixing instructions for these. I go via weight instead of volume. Isn't it static? Stay. So yeah, thanks for all the subscribers. I'm going to try not to be so shaky this time. Try not to say so much. I just said it again. Right, so we're going to start. And I said that I wouldn't charge for these tutorials. And I'm not going to. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do over time. Eventually I'll move on to standard alcohol inks and the results I get with those. But I do have, I'm going to try and attach a link. I've never done it before, so I do have a donation, PayPal me. So if any of you decide that you want to donate for my tutorials, it'll help me get better equipment. So right, I'm measuring out. We're going to do about 20 grams of the resin. It's 19.79, but we'll do the same with the hardener. Now, some people heat their resin bottles before mixing. I heat mine, as I'll show you in a second, and just mix this up. It'll start to go cloudy. A few bubbles in there, but we won't worry about that. Actually, this is a brand new mould. I'm just going to grab my release spray. 2 seconds. These trays, I get these from Amazon as well. I'll try and post a link in the video. I'll just give it a quick release spray. That'll do. Right, so I've got my bowl of warm water, and I mix this until I kind of get a really watery consistency. And what I do is I'll show you exactly how I do the inks. It's just basically picking the inks that you think would work well. I've got a raspberry, light purple, a wheat, and a yellow I'm going to be using today. So it's kind of getting to a watery consistency. Obviously if you heat this too much, you could end up setting off your a flash with the resin. So it's kind of just getting to know the resins that you're using, but I'm happy with that. So let's let that sit there for a second. Some of the air bubbles coming up. Yeah, so I've got a brand new mould, so it's a little bit cleaner than my other one. I've got your torch just to blast any bubbles. Let's get these lids off ready. Give them another good shake. feels really weird. I've only been playing with resin since January, and it's just gone crazy thanks to you guys. Such great comments in the Facebook groups. Right, so I'm going to pinch the corner. Now I normally tend to just stick with the kind of shapes that I can make sets out of. Sometimes I go with the squares. I don't really use these ones, but I might do in time. So we're going to start pouring. This is where you don't want to have the shakes. You still see there's quite a few air bubbles in there. I'll bring the camera down shortly when I start to drop the inks. But I've made enough resin to just do a few bits. I don't want to go too crazy. Once you've got the idea, you can, I mean, I haven't tried this in bigger molds yet, bigger sizes. I kind of like sticking to these. I think I've put a little bit too much in those small hearts, but I'll sort that out in a sec. So yeah, if you guys want to follow me, I'm kind of trying to work on TikTok. And I'm 37 years old. I know I'm not old, but I mean, TikTok's, well, I thought it was kind of for the younger generation. But yeah, I'm gonna try, once I've got 1,000 followers on there, I'll also be able to look into doing lives on there and kind of interacting with people a bit better. I don't think I've got enough for that one. It'll get some in there anyway. Still might get a good effect out of it. I'll scrape all that out. So some people have been asking questions like, Daniel, when do you drop your inks? Do you wait? I mean, I've never tried waiting. I've never seen what the effects are. I drop mine as soon as I've poured. Just blast these. Still a bit of air in these. I'm just going to take out a little bit, because otherwise when we drop the inks in, we're going to get an overspill, which can be messy. Right, I'll use that again. Right, let's take you down a little bit further. Give this a little bit more of a blast. Kind of want these little bubbles to come up. I kind of rushed the mixing process this time for the video, but normally I'd mix a little bit slower. And don't go too crazy with the torch either, because you'll end up setting the resin to the mould. Right, let's start dropping. You'll see, again, you don't need to drop whites on these at all. Let's go with a wheat and then a purple. And with the smaller ones, it's kind of tricky to get so many colours in there without them kind of merging and muddying together into one colour. But we'll see what we can squeeze into these small ones. I think that's enough. I'm not going to go any more in that one. I've got these two hearts here. Just try and stick with that. And then with this one here, I'm going to go with yellow, pink, yellow, pink. I wonder if I can get just a bit of purple in there. Right. So you can see with the opaques, you kind of get it's kind of just you get some of the clear areas. So what we need to do is just go over again until wrong colour. Actually, why not? Carry on. See these here, they're covered quite well. I'm not going to put any more in those. I'm not going to put any more in these two. These are still, as you can see, reacting. Dancing away. You can see the dancing effect happen right before your eyes. Let's add a bit more. I'm going to go back with the wheat on that one. And this one. Still got a bit of a clear area in this corner, you can see. So I'm going to try and get a little bit more in there. You can see them swirling around. I always love watching the ink swirl around like that. Right, these have got some clear edges around them. You can keep it like that. It does look quite nice, but I'm just going to fill those ones in. Get a bit more vibrancy in them. I'm going to go for a bit more pink in these just to bring it out. A bit more of the purple. Yeah, like I was saying, I should be able to attach my link tree to the description. So just check out where you can find me. And what I'm going to do now is leave these for around an hour, and I'll come back and show you the kind of consistency that I then add my wisp. And yes, I know I spell wisp differently. Again, that was an accident at the beginning, but it's stuck and I quite like it. The wisp. Somebody said to me, it's a bit like, who is it, Stewie from Family Guy? It's Coop. No, it's wisp. Anyway, I'm going to come back in about an hour and restart the video and show you the stirring technique, and then it's just a case of waiting for the curing process. Right, I'll see you soon. Right, we're back. It's been just under an hour, but I thought it's becoming a little bit tacky now. You want to kind of get just a little bit of a stringy, if you can see that, if I dip. See that? Just like a stringy. You can wait longer. So we're going to go ahead and do my wisp. Now, if I show you this one as an example, get the focusing. You can see where I started with the peach, pulled it into the green, and where I've come out of the green, it's taken the green back over to the peach. You can see exactly how it kind of goes. So we're going to start. All you need, I use a little pin or a sewing needle. So with this one, I think I'm going to start with the yellow Just dip it in. Don't be careful not to go too far down, because you'll end up scratching your mould, and that will stay for any other casts that you make. So you can kind of see how far down I've gone. Not far at all. I mean, I kind of know my mould, so I can go deeper if I wanted to. And with this one, we're going to start with the pink. Just drag it any way you want, really. I mean, I will be practicing with things like star signs eventually. Initials, I've done a couple of already. Let's do this small heart here. And some of you have seen that I've drawn hearts in hearts. This one here will go with the top. Another thing with the opaques is that when you come to doing the what I call the wisp, is with the opaques it's really sticky, the ink's really sticky on the surface. And this one we're just going to go a little bit crazy. And see how sticky it is. I could have done with putting a bit more resin in these two. As you know, inks can shrink the resin as it's doing its thing. I don't know what that was, just dropped on the floor. That's the inks rolling off the table. Right, so with these ones I'm going to go with a heart effect. So the trick is not to do it in one go. And these can go right and sometimes they can go wrong and not even look like a heart at all, but it's all trial and error. You see the way the colours are pushing through. And then these two small ones, I'm just going to go again, start with the yellow. I think we can just go crazy like the other ones. And a couple of people have also asked if I spray alcohol on. I mean, I've not seen that. I don't really watch many YouTube videos. So I mean, people ask me what this effect is, what I do. I know Petrie's dropping inks into resin. There's a feathering technique, but the methods that I've seen, especially with feathering, is that they're mixing the alcohol inks in separate cups, then pouring them in. You know, I've never even attempted that. So I don't know what this is called. Some people online are calling it the Cooper effect, so I really don't know. But this is just the opaques. Obviously, when it comes to the normal alcohol inks, I'll show you the process that I do with that. But I just thought I'd start with this video anyway, because it's a much more simple technique, I think, to begin with. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there and we'll do the demold tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get some good results. See you tomorrow. Right, so we're ready to demold. They're fully cured. Start with this one. It's pretty good. See the colours being drawn through each other. That one's nice. Let me zoom in. Got a clear spot on there. Just a little clear window there. That's come out really well. Just go with the hearts. Remember, I drew the heart inside the heart on these ones. You can see it's come out okay. And the next one. And the same with this one. Just zoom in on that one again. Good good colours. Go with these two hearts, pop them both at the same time. Pretty good effect. Maybe some earrings. Let's do the two small ones. And zoom in on these ones as well. Yeah, they'd be good earrings. Almost identical. The colouring is. And the swirling, the wisp is almost exactly the same. Quite like those. See, those would go pretty well with one of the hearts. Right, last two, the two that shrunk a little bit. See, this one's come out, hasn't really got the effect that I normally have in the top. That's pretty clear in there, if you can see. That one, my focus keeps going. That's better. That's turned out okay. It's a tiny little clear spot in the middle. But I find that with opaques, you do get occasional clear spots. Right, I'll leave the video there. Again, check out the link tree. You should be able to follow me in several places. And also, like I said, there's a donation, PayPal me. If anyone feels that they've learnt something and they wish to donate anything to help towards me and the channel. I mean, this is now my full-time job, so it's kind of a bit crazy, but it's a good little venture, I think, and I'm having fun doing it as well. So, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.